Okay, I'm not gonna lie. That shot is absolutely horrifying. The Woman King. So The Woman King is a historical drama directed by Gina Prince Bythewood and stars Viola Davis, Lashana Lynch, and John Boyega. In the 1800s, a group of all-female warriors protects the African kingdom of Dahomey with skills and fierceness unlike anything the world has ever seen. Faced with a new threat, General Naniska trains the next generation of recruits to fight against a foreign enemy that's determined to destroy their way of life. Alright, straight to the point. Guys, I actually enjoyed this film. And I'm not gonna lie, I was extremely hesitant about seeing The Woman King because it had a lot working against it before it even hit theaters. People were saying it looked like a Me Too propaganda piece, and then around that same time, a controversy surrounding this film started making waves online. But after leaving the theater and thinking more and more about the film, I really don't get the hate. A lot of the hate this movie is getting is very unwarranted and really doesn't make that much sense at all. This movie's not afraid to talk about its historical roots and is just very fun and entertaining. I really enjoyed this movie more than I thought I would. Viola Davis, man, what can be said about this woman that hasn't already been said? She's such a phenomenal actress and completely knocks it out of the park as Naniska. At first when we meet her in this movie, she's kind of a bitch. She's stern, cold-hearted, and really doesn't have that much empathy for anybody. She is a badass though, let me tell ya. She surprisingly does have an arc in this movie, and you kind of get that natural progression of her character. By the end of the film, she's not as stern and cold-hearted, and it's kind of cool to see that change over the course of the film. John Boyega was really great too, and it's really cool to see him in something where he can really show off his acting chops. Because for whatever reason, Disney just did not want to do that. He can be very likable at times and then turn right around and just be the biggest asshole I've ever seen. John Boyega was able to make me hate him and love him at the same time, so I give him a lot of props. And let me just say, Lashana Lynch was cracking me up this whole movie. She's very comical and her line delivery is very good. She even has one of the more emotional moments in the movie, which actually almost made me shed a tear. But her relationship with the other characters and how she handles herself is what makes her so good. And at the end of the day, I don't think anyone in this movie did a horrible acting job. And the film really makes you connect with everybody in a way that gets you really invested in the story and what's going on. It gives you a reason to care. This movie just had an all-star cast that's really good at what they do, and they all just crush it. And the biggest thing this movie has is its action and how it's presented. The action and fight choreography in this movie is pretty good, and the cinematography in this movie adds a level of flair to the action that just makes it feel even more raw and vicious, even though it can be a little hard to suspend your disbelief at times. And this is going to piss some people off, but this is just one of my gripes. I can buy a character like Black Widow taking down a fully grown 200-pound man because that's a superhero movie. But a film like this, where there is some kind of historical context to it, it is kind of jarring to see all these women taking down these guys like they're fucking superheroes. The laws of physics and gravity still do apply, guys. Don't get me wrong, I still enjoyed the action of this movie because it is bombastic, over the top, and crazy. The Agoji are badass though. The environments and colors in this movie are very pretty too. Good costume and set design may seem like it may not matter that much, but man, it can make all the difference. Watching this film, I couldn't help but just become really intrigued and enthralled in the culture and the way these people lived. And that is kind of weird considering I am talking about the Dahomey, which does bring me to my next talking point. We're about to get controversial because now we're going to talk about the controversy surrounding this movie. So when the first trailers for The Woman King started to drop, a lot of people were very quick to attack the film, mainly because the Kingdom of Dahomey were very well known for their role in the Atlantic slave trade in the 1800s, and the trailer didn't show that. So a lot of people were very quick to call it historically inaccurate and basically just resorted to calling it a Me Too movement propaganda piece. And all of this criticism was happening before the movie even came out. Now, luckily, this movie did not change history and instead went, yeah, this happened. Yeah, this was wrong. And it never needs to happen again. And even after that, people were still claiming, historically inaccurate, they need to talk about the slave trade more. You know what? Let me ask y'all something. Is Braveheart 100% historically accurate? Is 300 100% historically accurate? Is my favorite film of 2022, The Northman, completely 100% accurate? The answer is no. I bet you guys right now that half of the people complaining about this film didn't even know who the Dahomey were before this movie was announced. People want to see movies like this fail for no good reason other than the fact that it has women and black people in it. I know that sounds very SJW-ish, but it's true. There are people like that out there as much as people don't want to admit that there are. Now, does this movie preach a little too hard about women empowerment at times? Yes, it does. But they don't do it to the point where they sacrifice the integrity of the story and the characters. Everything in this movie fits and has a place. But what if it's not 100% historically accurate? It's a movie meant to entertain people. Just enjoy the ride for what it is. In the end, guys, I had a blast with The Woman King. Good but crazy ass action, characters that are very likable and fun to watch, awesome performances, and just a really cool and intriguing trip back in history. I will say, if you are going to try and go see this movie in theaters, try to see it with an audience, because seeing it with an audience does kind of hype it up a bit. Despite my few issues with it, I'd probably end up seeing it again at some point. Hate it's getting is completely unwarranted and is ridiculous, but you know what? Hate is gonna hate. I'll say The Woman King is an entertaining matinee. Definitely gonna need popcorn for this. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'm not going to keep you guys for too much longer because I do have to get some sleep, because I have a screening for Don't Worry Darling tomorrow. I'm actually looking forward to that. Review for that should post in the next few days, and like I said in the last video, I am going to start uploading videos to my gaming channel again, so if you guys want to check out the gaming channel, I will once again leave a link in the description below so you guys can go check that out, and, you know, hopefully stick around there too. But anyway, once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Drop a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you're new to the channel, and as always, I'm the Unbiased Movie Nerd. I'm saying peace, and I'll see you guys in the next review. Peace out, everybody.